Some 80 years ago, there was a lot going on in a young, restless, growing America. Railroads were sewing threads of steel across the plains. The clang of hammer on spike, steel upon steel, marked the birth of many a railroad junction in the taming of the Wild West. President Ulysses Grant began his second term in office, and a man called Wild Bill Hickok was roaming the Dakotas. A junction was joined on the border of Texas and Arkansas, the place where the Texas and Pacific met the Fulton and Cairo. They called it Texarkana. As the restless feet of America moved on, no one was sure of her future, not even the men who delivered her. That was 80 years ago. Today, Texarkana's future is in no doubt. Her destiny is assured. Texarkana today is the core of the great transportation network which serves the major cities of America. The $2 million Union Station houses one of the largest mail terminals in the Southwest. 2 airlines serve the city from the municipal airport. Runways now cover land that once echoed the beat of horses' hoofs. Silver wings provide connections to all parts of the nation, shrinking the thousands of miles of America into a matter of hours. Today, a city stands where once a town stood, and the transportation of a mobile America has made her strong. A glance at a map of Middle America will show some of the big reasons for Texarkana's rapid growth. Not only is it squarely on the border of Texas and Arkansas, but Texarkana is also less than 30 miles from the borders of both Oklahoma and Louisiana. Situated in the center of the South and Southwest, Texarkana marks the hub of the fastest-growing industrial section in America. A network of modern highways connects Texarkana to a vast marketing area. 4 trunk-line railroads provide direct service to all parts of America. 48 passenger trains arrive and depart daily from Texarkana, and every 26 minutes, a freight either enters or leaves the city. Behind this outstanding growth are Texarkana's rich natural resources. Just about everything necessary to manufacturing industry is here in plentiful supply. Deposits of clay are on all sides of the city. Surveys have shown the supply of clay is virtually unlimited. The manufacture of high-quality pipe and brick is a big industry, and still a young one. Brick for construction, pipe to send other resources flowing through the veins of America. Limestone deposits too surround the city. Some 150,000 tons of it lie in this cliff alone. Even richer are the resources in the pipe that honeycombs the soil around Texarkana. Natural gas, a clean, low-cost fuel, is available to industry in practically unlimited quantities. For many years, Texas has been supplying natural gas to nearly half of America through the famous Big and Little Inch pipelines, firing the furnaces and ovens of homes and industries. Petroleum, too, is a major industry. No matter where you may go around Texarkana, you'll usually see oil derricks casting their profiles against the sky. The bulk of crude oil production in the United States is centered in this 4-state area. More than 1 million barrels a year are produced for the machines of modern industry. Oil to keep production rolling here in America and in many nations throughout the world. The combined production of oil in this area amounts to more than 60% of America's total. And there's no shortage of electric power in Texarkana. Power to convert all of these resources into the materials of industry. The electric utility that serves the Texarkana area has already provided great reserves of economic power for future industrial needs, and expansion has only begun. Water, there's plenty of it. Winter or summer, folks here use all they want, for Texarkana has stayed well ahead of their needs. In recent years, dwindling water supplies have become a problem to many communities, but Texarkana doesn't have this problem. The Texarkana Dam, 9 miles southwest of the city, has created a reservoir providing 2.5 million acre-feet of storage space. When you figure a little over 325,000 gallons of water to a single acre-foot, well, that's a lot of water. Besides the reservoir, the Red River, 7 miles away, can provide up to 50 million gallons of water a day. Plenty of water usually means plenty of good land. Out beyond the city lies a diverse agriculture, for the bottomlands of the Red River Valley are rich, fertile, and bountiful. By hand and by machine, old and new methods harvest broad fields of vegetables and fruits and small grains. In many cases, 2 crops can be grown in one season, for the growing season lasts 233 days. Cotton can't be considered king anymore, but it's still a member of the royal family. It was cotton which brought the Old South its untold wealth and its gracious living. The traditional plantations of the Old South have mostly gone, but the cotton yield today is greater than it has ever been before. And cotton is only a part of agriculture now. Green pastures graze more than 300,000 head of cattle fattening upon the rich cover crops that grow all year round. Blue ribbon stock that reflects the prosperity of this section. Top-grade beef and dairy products headed for tables all over America. More than 20 million gallons of milk alone are produced in the Texarkana area every year. There is timber, great stands of pine and hardwoods. Since the city's beginning, her timberlands have nourished a great industry, one that has grown steadily with the years. Reserves of timber in the Texarkana area are tremendous. More than 40 billion board feet lie within a 120-mile radius of the city. Timber for homes, timber for industries, timber for the newspaper you read, wood for construction, wood for sculpture and jewelry, wood for the furniture we use, and for the fireplaces in the wintertime to keep us warm. And as fast as the trees are cut, they are replaced. Every care is taken to perpetuate the Texarkana forest for the future, and to protect them from fire and disease. All of these resources have helped build a city with a proud place in the sprawling Southwest. A clean and open city free from the congestion of an ingrown metropolis. Greater Texarkana, 55,000 people and businesses of all kinds. Some newcomers, some lifelong residents, but all of them busy people with all the traditional enthusiasm and pride of the Southwest. Their brand of initiative and enterprise is paying handsome dividends. Wholesale trade has increased to 6 times what it was only 15 years ago. More than $70 million worth of merchandise is shipped to Texarkana wholesalers every year. They've made their city the largest wholesale center between Little Rock and Dallas. With more than twice as many people in Texarkana now as there were before World War II, food processors have had to continually step up production. There are more and more pantries to fill, more and more tables to set, more and more people to feed. Every year sees the perfection of higher standards in food production, but modern methods and machines have kept up the pace of hygiene in Texarkana. If one of the town's original settlers could see a Texarkana supermarket on Saturday, he'd probably think the West was no more. Yes, the supermarket is quickly becoming a new American tradition, and its popularity knows no regional bounds. Here, in the middle of what is probably the greatest regional expansion in history, Texarkana is thriving, not booming with the rise of one industry, but growing steadily upon a broad base of enterprise. Retail stores, some of which began business back in the pioneer days, are ringing up a volume of sales now that nobody would have thought possible back in the old days. More than $65 million worth of goods pass over Texarkana counters every year, a figure that would have sounded fantastic just a decade ago. The big, full selections found in the city's retail shopping area bring folks in from as far as 100 miles around. They know they can find just what they want in Texarkana's modern stores. With an effective buying income of nearly $60 million a year, retailers can afford to keep large inventories, and they can expect to move them fast. Many of the goods that are sold by Texarkana retailers are made right here in the city. Light manufacturing plants are numerous, and you can easily see why. Not only are the resources here, but there's also a dependable labor market. Manufacturers have found that the turnover among Texarkana workers is very low, and absenteeism has never been a problem, thanks to a healthful climate and a bred-in-the-bone will to work. The abilities of Texarkanians have been documented in many enterprises. They've shown that they can adapt themselves easily and swiftly to the many different demands of diverse industry. And Texarkana, although admittedly rich in vital resources, has prospered largely because of their skills. They have shown what they can do in heavy industry, too. Take, for example, the Red River Arsenal Ordnance Plant, the largest complete field service installation in the United States, 17 miles west of Texarkana. The bulk of the workers come from the area around Texarkana. One-time bookkeepers, farmers, accountants, laborers, all kinds of skilled people who have learned to make the vital materials of war. Important to heavy industry, too, is the immediate availability of steel and aluminum. Both of these vital materials are produced in plants within 60 miles of Texarkana. But probably one of the biggest advantages industry enjoys in Texarkana is room. The Texarkana Industrial Foundation provides sites and buildings to manufacturers' specifications, close to highways, close to railroads, and so new industry is coming in. And new wealth is coming with it. Bank clearings have increased fivefold in the past 20 years. New buying power is pouring new strength into the community. Expansion is commonplace. Rising volumes are routine. Prosperity, a rather loosely used word not too long ago, is now a sound, fundamental fact. It's here, and it's here to stay. So are the people, more and more people from all over the country who are calling Texarkana home. And they are finding that their town offers more than a job and security, much more. The first thing many of them notice is that they are trading the gray of the city for the green of Texarkana. It's a new kind of living, and it's wonderful. No wonder water sports are so popular on the reservoir and on the many lakes and rivers. You don't have to wait for the weekends either. It's all just a few minutes from your office door. There's fishing. Many a meat bill is consistently cut with a rod, a line, and a lure. This catfish ought to feed a family of 10. That is, if they're big enough eaters. Fun in the great outdoors is part of living here, for this is outdoor country and it was made for outdoor men. Many a businessman who's moved here from more populous parts, fellows whose physical activities began and ended with catching the 8:15. Many of them have eased their minds and sharpened their vision out in the Texarkana sunshine. One of the proudest outdoor attractions is the championship golf course at the Texarkana Country Club, considered by professionals to be one of the finest courses in America. The PGA claims that this hole, the 14th, is one of the toughest of them all. Looks like somebody is finding out why. For those who like to watch their sports, there's always plenty of action. No matter what the game, they usually pack 'em in. Like the rodeo, a big favorite with the folks. When it comes to lassoing, bulldogging, and all the other things on the cowboys' agenda, you couldn't find a better setting. This is the West. The West with its courage and action and raw-boned strength. The Four States Fair at Spring Lake Park is another event everyone in the family looks forward to. The whole town goes to a party, and everyone has a good time. Even this troupe on exhibit. But season in and season out, the most fun in Texarkana is had by the children. With a mild climate and big regular doses of sunshine, youngsters thrive on outdoor activities. That's how all Americans are born. And yet the kids in Texarkana have the same problem that all the kids in America have, namely school. Texarkana is particularly well off, having two separate public school systems. Depends on which side of town you live as to whether you'll get your education in Texas or Arkansas. Either way, it's the best modern education can provide. Besides the elementary and high schools, there is Texarkana College, a fully accredited junior college. This kind of educational opportunity reflects Texarkana thinking. Good schools, good libraries, modern hospitals with excellent research facilities to safeguard the health of the citizens. All of these things show that the city knows how to keep abreast of its prosperity, and it has the leadership to guide its civic affairs. Typical of this is the Chamber of Commerce. Whether they live in Texas or Arkansas, members are Texarkana citizens first, and they do all they can to make it a better community. They've got a lot to work with. Texarkana is like a beautiful belle always dressed for a date. There's a hometown spirit here. Old-timers and newcomers alike make it real. You can see it in the pretty homes and the green lawns. You can feel it in the friendliness that's a part of the atmosphere. You can always count on a neighbor's helping hand. That's the kind of spirit that is building Texarkana, making it grow, putting up new homes all around the city, building apartment projects with hundreds of living units for incoming workers and their families, making it a better city to live in year after year. Yes, Texarkana has changed since that railroad junction was joined by Hammer and Spike. Raw materials, electric power, natural gas, pure water have made her strong. A network of good roads and all the facilities of modern transportation have given her national scope. But her people haven't changed. Their jobs, their salaries, their interests may differ. But one thing they have in common. Together they are building a well-rounded community for themselves and their families. They haven't changed. They're the same as they were 80 years ago, full of hope, proud of their achievements, and strong in their faith in the future.